Writing makes it look so easy. Hey, welcome back. I'm Ryan, and welcome to the Board Game Journey, where you will be joining me to play 1,000 games. We're already at 57 games played. I think I've got a cool effect for that one. And then we're adding a couple more today, so let's get into today's games. And today's games have a couple similarities, and they will be Please Don't Burn Down My Village and Sneak Attack, Soda Jerk. Shaboom. Yep, definitely the first take. And first up will be Please Don't Burn Down My Village. I mean, the name alone is cool. I love it. I love saying it. Please don't burn down my village. It's silly. It's fun. I like it. I first saw this at Gen Con. My buddy Caleb kind of pointed out to me. Didn't really see a lot of gameplay, but I was curious enough to pick up a copy. I'm glad I did, because I realized more and more that I like this mechanic of this manipulating the price of something. And this one does a really good job at it. And so does Soda Jerk in different ways. So let's just kind of first jump into Please Don't Burn Down My Village. So the high level overview is to try to manipulate these tokens to be worth the most points for the cards in front of you. So for instance, if I had these 3 crowns in front of me, currently right now they're only worth 2 points each. So that'd be 2, 4, 6 points. But if I can manipulate it, say here, instead, now they're worth 4 points each. So all of a sudden, instead of being 6 points, now it's 12 points. And that's like the core kind of like goal of this game. So there's 2 ways you manipulate the price in this game, either up or down. The way it goes up is what they call bribing the dragon. So that's where you bribe the dragon by placing some goods in front of you. Now, since I placed 3 crowns, that means I can move the crown up 3 spaces. If I put down 2, I can move it 2. If I put down 1, I can move it 1, and so on and so forth. So in this case, I put 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, and everything else just slides down to make room for the crown. So now it's worth the most if the game ended here. Next, after that, you refill the market. So you bribe, you gain the favor of the dragon, and then you refill the market. And this is where like the push your luck element of the game comes in. So if I bribe the dragon with the crown, now I have to deal these cards out to the table. Oh, in this case, it ended soon. But essentially, you keep dealing cards out until that same symbol shows up that you bribed. So, if it didn't show up there and I had to keep going, you can see that you can keep dealing quite a few cards. And sometimes what happens is you'll loop around. So say that didn't get dealt, then I would be forced to loop around until I see another crown comes up, which there it is. So if I didn't come up the first time, then you saw a lot more cards come out, which is nice because this helps into the next part of how you decrease things. So the way you can decrease the price is you can visit the black market. Ooh, and this is the market down here. These are the cards you can buy to add to your hand. So this breaks down into 2 steps. You buy treasure cards. Now the prices are on the board. So this is free. So this you can always take whenever. And these are worth 1. So they cost 1 card discard. You would have to discard 1 card from hand to buy these. These cost 2 cards, and the last one costs 3 cards. So if I wanted this one, I would have to discard 3 cards to get it. Now, this also comes with, well, you buy it, but you also have to curse it. So say, for instance, I want to, let's just find one that was fun. Let's say I want to curse, well, we'll just say I have this one in my hand. So say I want to curse this one. So I could put it down, and then it just gets discarded, right? So it doesn't go to my hand, just discard it. And since I played this one, I can now buy one of these values because I discarded 1 card, so I could buy one of these. Maybe I want to buy this one, right? Because it gives me, well, if I discard this one, maybe I want these for wild cards. We'll get to wild cards in a second. So this is 1 discard, so now I curse a treasure. Ooh. So it's the opposite of the other way. I go down with the curse. Now, if, just say for instance, I played 3 cards like this, and I put the crown on top, for instance. Well, I can now, that's the most you can buy is something with 3. So I put 3 cards down, so I could buy this one. But since the crown's on top, I would curse the crown 3 spaces down. So it's another way you can influence the market. So that's a quick summary. The game continues on like that until this deck runs out of cards, which surprisingly, it can run out fast because every time you bribe the dragon, you have to then deal cards out until that symbol that you bribe with comes up. Sometimes it comes up right away, and sometimes it might take 3 deal throughs. So it's really unpredictable how long the game is going to last. You think you might have another turn or 2, but all of a sudden the game's over, which is a bad thing because you do lose points for things in your hand that you don't have to the table. So the game's over. If I have these in front of me, I'm allowed to put down what I have in front of me, which is nice because I got most of the cards in front of me here. But wilds, and say I had other cards in my hand, like say I had the flames in my hand, well now these cards are worth negative points. So I would add up these, timesing by, like, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of these. They're worth 2 points each. I have 10 points. But the flame is now negative 2 points because it's in a 2 position. And wilds, which these were wilds, they're all worth negative 2 points. I love this game because there's a lot of meta strategy in it. You know, sometimes you want to put something down to make them think you're going for it, so they're tanking it. But really, you're just making them waste time. Or maybe they put down a bunch of these thinking, okay, Ryan really wants to go for that. I'm going to put a bunch down, and then you're not. Then you tank the price, and you go, sucker, now theirs are worth less points. You know, you could hold on to cards. You could do a lot of cool things. I played this enough times now. Now, I only play at 2 players. It says it plays up to 5. I'm not too sure how it plays at 5. I think it would end too soon. I mean, I haven't played it, so I can't assume. I can only assume it would end soon because even at 2 players, it goes pretty quick. So I imagine at more players, you're just gonna have a way less turns. And I assume maybe 3 could be fun. I don't know. 4 and 5, I'll have to see to really judge. But at 2, I think it's fun because I think you have enough like control and then you're kind of playing the person. So for now, I think this is a great 2-player game. I really am itching to try it at 3 just to see if it plays pretty well there. But time will tell. And next up is Soda Jerk. I really do love these tiny box all-play games. They're just, especially when they're a great game like this, you can just throw in your bag and you know you have like a cool game to play on the go. And once again, this game, just like the game we just reviewed, Please Don't Burn Down My Village, this one has another price manipulation type mechanic to it that I really enjoy. I've only played this at 2 players so far, so I'm not sure how it plays at 3 and 4. At 2 players is interesting because it introduces another card that you can only play at 2 players. It lets you kind of reverse some things. So let's just hop in and go into the details. So Soda Jerk is played over 3 rounds where you try to manipulate the price of the soda stand so the cards that are left in your hand at the end of the round are worth the most points. You total up the score of all 3 rounds, most points wins. Let's get into the details though. Now I've only played a 2-player game. We played last night actually. And it was fun, but there's one difference. In a 2-player game, you only play with 4 of the soda stands. So we'll leave out the blueberry for now, and you take out all the blueberry cards. You shuffle out the remaining cards, and each player gets 13 cards, plus each one gets one of these switcheroo cards that enjoys your hand. So, I mean, the basic mechanics is on my turn, I place a card face down in one of the soda stands. Now, and then the next player goes somewhere. They go somewhere, maybe they go here. Now, this continues until a few things happen that end the game. We'll just say the game ended right here, just to make it easy to explain. Well, now, you know, since this orange has an orange, this orange, like, soda stand is worth 3 points. But if, like, another soda was played there, like in this case, a kiwi, it nets out the score. So this case would be 3 minus 1, so now it's worth 2. But if I was to play something like this, like another 3, well, now it's 4 minus 3. So now it becomes -1. So every orange left in my hand is now worth -1. But if we would have stopped here, every orange in my hand is worth 3. So if I have 2 oranges right here left over, I would be 2 times 3. I would have 6 points. So you're trying to figure out how to do this against another player. So on your turn, after you guys played your first face down card into different stands, now the real decisions come. So I can now do one of 2 things. I can play another card face down anywhere I want, or I can peek at a card and see what was played. So but before I do that, I'm gonna play one more card here, right? So I play a card there. Now my opponent might be like, what did Ryan just do there? So he might turn this card over and see, he's a saboteur. He's trying to sabotage the strawberries. Because I only have 2 strawberries, so I'm thinking maybe he has a lot of strawberries. So I want to try to prevent him from scoring too many points. But now he knows I'm sabotaging that. So he has more options. Maybe he could play his switcheroo card, which if he does that, he'll do it secretly, of course. This will reverse the score. So for instance, well, that was crazy. So if, for instance, I end up putting like a few more, like in this case, another banana, this will be -4 points. But if he had a switcheroo card there, instead of -4 points, all of a sudden magically becomes +4 points. So when to play these definitely has some strategy. Now, of course, if I play it and then he plays it, it does cancel it out as well. So that's another way you can cancel it out. Now, the way the rounds ends, the nifty player aid here. So the round ends in 3 ways. Either I only have 3 cards left in my hand, that ends the round, or my opponent does. Or if we both flip at consecutively. Now, this mechanic was interesting. I felt it gave me power to control when the round ends. Because maybe I set up some cool traps and I think I'm ahead, so I can like end the round real quick. Because I don't want to give more time for him to like adjust. So like what I mean by that is on your turn, to say if they flip a card face up to see what it is, and then I immediately flip a card right after them, it also ends the round. So we could have all these cards left over. The round could end as soon as a few cards. So there is this risk. Like I played at Gen Con this game once with like more players, and I feel like you're less likely to have all 4 players consecutively turn over. So it doesn't feel as risky. I mean, it could happen, it just doesn't feel as risky. So I think at 2 players, it opens up that little bit more strategy with that, having that in your back pocket. And then the last way the game ends is if all the cards turn face up, and that's it. So I don't see that happening as much. I feel like one of the other 2 scenarios happen first, but I think in more players, it probably could happen more often. So yeah, after you guys kind of play all your cards down, we'll just skip to that part. We'll just say this is where the game ended. So right now, we'll just add up one of these to show you kind of how the scoring works. So for orange, they have, I'll just put it here so we can see easier. I can see. So I have 3 and 2, that's 5, 7, 8, and then 8 minus 3. So the 8 minus 3 is 5. Hard to do math on camera sometimes. So I'm at a good spot. I have positive 5 orange, but the problem is I have a switcheroo card, and so that makes it negative 5. So for every orange in my hand, I have negative 5 points. In this case, I only left 1 because I wasn't feeling good about it. So I have negative 5 points for this one, so that'll be my score. But so does my opponent. We both have negative 5 points. And then the next one would be 4 minus 1, that would be 3. So kiwis will give me, which I have a bunch of kiwis, will give me 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12. I would get 12 points for kiwis, and he would get 2 times 3, it'd be 6. So, and so on and so forth. You keep doing that for the whole round. And that would be your score for round 1. You played 2 more rounds, and then the winner takes it all. One more thing to add is it does have an advanced variant, so you can flip over these. I think the game says flip over like 1 to start. And in this case, the orange says if the value here is plus 5 or more, each orange card is now negative 1 instead. So you gotta be careful if you're playing this one, because now if it goes higher, if it goes 5 or more, then all these oranges would have been negative, which might have been in my favor in this case, because the switcheroo card would have flipped it back. And then like the strawberry says, before scoring, discard the highest face-up card here. So like, yeah, so whatever the highest face-up card here is, we get rid of, right? And each of these, and even the blueberry has different things. I think we played it where we played the first game straight up, no special powers. And then we started with 1, and every round we turned 1 more up. So the last round, we were playing with all the special powers. But that's kind of nice because you slowly introduce them. So yeah, wait, each round you're only learning 1 new thing. I think it would be hard to have them all face up at first, because it's just too much thinking, where this way you just kind of go, okay, I know what the orange does. Okay, now by the second round, you know what that does. So the kiwi is the only thing, you get it. So yeah, this is a Soda Jerk. Welcome back to the blue screen of goodness. So let's go ahead and start with Soda Jerk first. I think it falls into the casual bucket. I mean, Rainbow, Nana, Colorado, those been up there at the top, but it's time for one of them to drop. Which one is it? Soda Jerk's go number 1. So I guess they're all dropping. So it's your question. I also rearranged a few things, like Illusion dropped down a few slots. Not that Illusion's bad, it's just, it's just such a situation game for me. I don't bring it always, but it's just a game I have on me if I think I'm gonna be around people who aren't in the games. So it's a situation game for me. So I just and I also replayed a few of the other ones, so it's just, they're more fresh than mine, I think. All right, so it was Please Don't Burn Down My Village. I mean, I could put it as a welcoming game. I think it could fit there. I don't know if it would make the list per se versus the other games there. So instead of trying to fight for a spot there, I think I'll just go to the new category of family games. We have this Wandering Towers, Garuba, and Gardelings there. I think for now, it would just slide in right above Gardelings. The name is so large. You'll notice a big change in size there. I was going to abbreviate it. I was like, I'll just make it larger. And then I think it'll just go 3rd for now. I think that's another game where it's hard to place it. I think that TBD, I might have to do card games. Because I think I might have other cards. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm going to have to go for my top 10 card games. I feel like I'm playing a lot more card games these days with people I'm playing with. And it probably, even though technically, I don't know if you would consider Don't Burn Down My Village as a card game. It is so card driven. Yeah, there's a board. But I don't know. Is it a board game? This is a debate. I guess the main mechanic is cards. And maybe I'll have like a asterisk because to me it feels like a card game. And thank you again for joining me in this video. There's 2 more fun games. A lot more games to come. Hit subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.